Hi, let's talk about Axie Infinity again, ticker symbol AXS, currently at $71.68 and now already at market rank 34. So Axie Infinity is quite interesting actually. It's one of the very few coins that had a very quick rise. We are talking about an almost 500x within 1 year, an incredible rise. And what's even more impressive, while trading volume is going down, the price can still stay up. This is now the US dollar chart, but the Ethereum chart doesn't look that different. This is a chart in Ethereum, and we're almost at an all-time high over here. So measured in Ethereum, Axie Infinity, the AXS token, has never been that expensive. And that's pretty impressive given that the overall crypto market doesn't have a lot of momentum right now, right? The all-time high for Ethereum happened back in May. Since then, we came down around 30%. And if you look at the historically most important moving averages for Ethereum, the 39 and the 23-day moving average, we are below those two moving averages, right? So current momentum for crypto isn't too positive, or for altcoins in general. And Axie Infinity is way smaller than Ethereum, right? It's way more risky. It's got a market cap of 4 billion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is around 343 billion. So Ethereum is almost 100 times larger. Axie Infinity is supposed to be much more risky. And so what you would usually expect is that when momentum turns negative, when the price of the leading altcoin of Ethereum goes down by that much, that a smaller altcoin would go down even further, right? There's kind of like an inherent leverage in owning small altcoins, which should amplify the general crypto sentiment. But that's not happening for Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is supposed to be risky, is supposed to lose money during negative times, but it's not. Measured in Ethereum, it's almost at an all-time high. So what's going on here? There must be something fundamentally going on. There must be some kind of adoption happening for Axie Infinity. And the first time I looked at this, I wasn't really impressed. This is the search volume for Axie Infinity in Google Trends, with the all-time high here in the middle of July. In terms of price, that's over here. But since then, we almost doubled in price again. But the search volume went down 70%. So I tried to figure out fundamentally, is this maybe not really representative? And so what I found here on activeplayer.io is a statistic about the usage, about the live monthly player count, and it seems to still be increasing. This is June with 10 million, this is July with 14 million, and we are still continuing to go up. So we haven't doubled in player count since July, but we went up around 50% or so. So there still seems to be some kind of growth here, even though it's not being actively searched for. You can also look at the data here in table format, but the data sources I could find, they don't all show the same picture. So this is now on depradar.com for Axie Infinity. And here we get the historical activity in terms of users, volume, and transactions. Here, this is just the users. This peaked around middle of July again. The volume peaked a bit later, and the number of transactions again around middle of July. So I'm not really sure what to make out of this. The price development is definitely impressive, especially given that trading volume has come down, right? Reduced trading volume means reduced attention. And so usually when just short-term speculators jump on this, and then attention declines, then usually the price declines as well. But that's not the case over here. So I'd be very interested in the fundamentals. If anybody here is playing Axie Infinity actively, do you see that usage is further increasing? Are things still growing, or are we rather on a decline? I mean, these charts, they don't measure the exact same thing, right? This is players on Steam, and these are on-chain transactions. So maybe an update within Axie Infinity has reduced the number of transactions on the blockchain itself to save maybe gas fees, but the usage of the game has further increased. This could be one explanation here. Now, holding on to this over the long term obviously depends on what you think of the game, so more fundamental analysis is needed. If instead of buying this over the long term, you're considering to trade this, you can use moving averages, you can use a custom duration for the moving average. And so let's just try to segregate the bull market from the bear market. We increase the duration, and this way we can try to avoid the negative bearish times. And at a level of around 60, we're pretty much there. So you would have avoided a drop here of around 36%. And yeah, you do have a little bit of a failed signal over here, but overall this seems to be working relatively fine. So if you were to actively trade this, you have a maximum loss of around 18% or so. I would not use the US dollar chart for this because obviously there is a lot of general crypto noise in those charts, a lot of general crypto sentiment. So I prefer using the Ethereum chart. And then in order to get alerted to buy or sell this, you can click here, create an alert. Whenever the price goes below a moving average, so in this case 60, then send an email. So you can do this within tradingview.com. You can use this for any kind of trading strategy. This is how I usually do this. That being said, I have the impression that this asset is not really an asset for trading. I think this is something that should be bought based on fundamental conviction. Simply because the price movement is that much decoupled from the overall market. Ethereum really doesn't look that positive right now. Activity is low. The price tends to decline. We are below the moving averages. There's quite a bit of further way to fall. A price for Ethereum around 2K isn't impossible at all. So another drop of 30% or so can happen. But Axie Infinity simply doesn't care about this. The AXS token is holding up. And that's very special. If you look at any of the other coins in, say, the top 50 or so, you won't find many assets that are withstanding the currently bearish momentum. AVAX is still doing fine. Here, this is the 1 month chart of AVAX. That's still somewhat okay. The rest here is all losing. Even solid projects such as Polygon that has real adoption, it's going down in the last month. I think I don't have to mention Filecoin or Tron or Ethereum Classic. They're all going down. But Axie Infinity is really the exception over here. It's one of those very few crypto assets that can still stay elevated. So I'm really interested in your fundamental reason for buying Axie Infinity. Because obviously something fundamental here is going on. This is a channel about chart analysis, but there's only so much technical analysis can do. And this does not seem to be a case of just random speculation. This is an increasing price with decreasing attention. That's very, very positive. And fundamentals seems to be driving this. So please let us all know why you think the price is continuing to rise. You can do this either by simply commenting down below or by joining our Telegram channel, the Bitcoin Strategy channel. The link is in the video description. You can also find the channel by searching for Bitcoin Strategy channel within the Telegram app. If you enjoyed this video, please give this a like. YouTube will then help to grow the channel. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe as well. I publish videos regularly. See you next time. Bye bye.